Just use the launcher.
Quiet on the set, boys and girls. We got our intro loaded up today. Does Spiff happen to have our intro? Spiff? Test 1, test 2.
I don't think Spiff has the intro. Skirta, you're going to have to do it.
Where's Spiff at, on the other channel or what?
Oh, he's in here somewhere.
But he's like you. He's using the web version, and so you have to have it as the active window to talk. Come on, Skirta.
I don't even see him in the channel.
He's there.
Don't touch. What?
Oh, yeah, Guardian Spiff. There you go.
Someone already hit start.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, launch of no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack.
Jack's pushing the wrong buttons again.
Screw me up.
I'm not pushing the wrong button. I was not pushing the wrong button. I don't know what that was.
He wasn't pushing any
You're
buttons.
pushing any button.
No, I was pushing the button. I don't know why. I had a different window targeted. That's what it probably was.
Well,
But yes, welcome to. I am Jack. Welcome to Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
that is right. And of course, it's a Monday. It is July 11th, 2016, here in Shroud of the Avatar. And wouldn't be a Monday without some kind of glitch or difficulty here on NBNN. But welcome, everybody, to today's show. Kush Lady, of course, chiming in promptly. How are you today? Good to see your face out there. And, of course, all sorts of things in the news. Of course, we got some of the bloodiest news in the world out there. Of course,
Absolutely.
Led Zepp is back with us here on this Monday, and glad to have him back
Aloha, brother.
finally.
Aloha, brother.
Aloha.
Aloha.
And of course, we got the rest of the crew in here. We got Casey Cupcakes and Scroda along with Guardian Spiff, hanging out in the studio, bringing you some music, some entertainment, some chatter here today on a Monday. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about. Of course, we got Friday's newsletter. We've got reliquaries. You name it. Just all sorts of interesting stuff in the news.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion about the blood reliquaries, so we could start off there.
Oh, yeah, a lot of discussion.
Yeah, a lot of discussion. Just because you know the metaphor of the developers put their blood, sweat, and tears into the game, and this time it's Lord British and Star made it literal blood.
Literally put their blood into the game. That is right.
Yes.
And
Well, they didn't put their blood into the game. They just gave up some blood, and then from there allowed people to
purchase it.
Purchase it. Yeah. So,
Yes.
Good.
Now,
Yes.
Led Zepp, you've been gone
Led
during
Zepp?
this.
Yeah.
During the post-mortem last week, they actually had some licensed phlebotomists, which is basically somebody who's licensed to draw blood, come into the office during the live stream, and they actually drew their blood live on stream. And then once they
Star
finished
had
all
to
that,
do twice.
yeah, once they finished all that, Richard sat down while on camera and made the reliquaries and put the blood in them. It was pretty awesome to watch him actually do this.
Whoa.
Yeah, while a lot of people don't get it, and that's one of the things we'll talk about. A lot of commentary out there, some good, some bad. Some think he's off his rocker. Literally, you know.
Where's the sweat and tears? Did we get any of that?
Well, you know.
Yeah. Well. I mean, that comes with the Dark Star reliquaries.
Yeah.
Because he provided lots of sweat.
Now,
He did break out into a small sweat, and he did shed some tears.
the last, yeah, he did. You know, and I think he almost passed out a couple times. He was looking a little queasy there.
Dehydrated.
Yeah.
Now, these were put up for sale on eBay, and as I've understood, that selling anything,
those
blood, bones, things of said nature,
any kind of bodily
fluids, human remains, it comes under that clause, and it was taken down. So you can now find these items in the Make a Difference store. On the Shrouded Avatar website, and let's go ahead and show that to the folks out there. $20,000 so far has been raised from the sale of these reliquaries, which is one of the things that does not amaze me. I'm waiting to see if the next one here at 11,000 goes for Lord British's blood. But we've had two sell, one at 6,000 and one at 8,000 with Lord British's blood. The next
a pint or a quart?
Not even. It's just a little schmear, as it might be. On well, let's I guess we could share this with the folks out there. Let's get this into chat rooms for everybody to take a look at.
I'm looking at it. That's on the screen here. Too close up.
Yep.
There we go.
I beat you. Ha ha.
Oh, is that you?
Smear.
I saw it go in the windows down there. It's trying to schmear. Schmear.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the thing is, this is a huge joke, and it is one where, yeah, they're raising money for charity, but people do all kinds of silly stuff for charity. I mean, think of the people losing their lives for the ALS Foundation a few years ago with the Ice Bucket Challenge.
People lost their lives
like
in
this.
that?
What?
Yes, they did. A few people did, because they would try to one-up everybody else. You had the firemen that electrocuted themselves.
Oh, see, that stuff didn't make the news, you know.
It did make the news, but whether or not you paid attention to it. But yeah, it's like when people try to, then you had all the the fail videos of people failing.
Well, I saw a lot of those, yeah. But anyway, yes, I thought it was one hell of a publicity stunt, as it may be. You know, something we've joked about in the past, which you know, was do you think they'll ever have to sell their blood to fund the game? Was one of the jokes that we've come up with. Yeah, and again, it was, you know, really in a joking manner. We really didn't think that anybody would seriously do this. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Participating in the bucket challenge. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's like I do occasionally like to say accurate information on the show.
Occasionally.
What was that, ice water or what? What was that?
Well, that's what the challenge was. Apparently, there's a new one this year.
You were just supposed to duck it. The cinnamon challenge?
How do you die ice water there?
As I've been watching the guys from Deadliest Catch doing one, which is eat the fish or donate to the bucket. I thought that was a pretty interesting one. And a lot of these guys opt to, you know, bite the head off a fish and donate. Yeah,
Yum, yum, yum.
yeah. Nom nom nom. Did Hobloth?
Nom nom.
Well, my partner in crime over here would not partake.
Fish. Yeah.
He wouldn't eat the fish.
It's okay.
Is that Winfield's fish? Or what?
It was Winfield's fish.
Things that I may eat things that occasionally smell like fish, but I try not to eat.
Hey.
All right, it was Winfield's fish.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Hello,
Yes.
ladies. Now, we were talking yesterday, another topic, in the Hospitaller get-together, the meeting yesterday, which happens every Sunday at 11 Central. And some of the things that we're talking about, new player experiences, things that people see. And one of the things that came up just on one of the topics is the permission system. And what happens when your cursor pops up on an item as you're running down the road?
Well, if you click on any item, yeah.
On any item, yes. So while you're running down the road and your mouse cursor goes over something on somebody else's property, all of a sudden the permissions thing pops up all over the place. Something that we thought, needed to be brought up, so I figured I'd mention it here on today's show. Good topic of discussion because it's happening to me all over the set as I move my mouse today.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I put my mouse someplace, permissions are popping up on the screen.
For people to make sure that if they see something like that they click on bug.
Bug.
And
You
they
see
type
something,
in that bug
say
report.
something. You
That's
see
right,
something,
yeah.
say something.
See something, bug report it.
Bug. Don't ask, don't tell. As we don't ask what Led Zepp does the FTU sheep, and he don't tell us too much.
We don't need to know.
And of course, sometimes we get free demonstrations, and some things just can't be unseen. But anyway,
Moving right along.
that's right. Moving right along. We got Friday's newsletter with a lot of this other information in that. Do we want to start with that? We want to lead with that? Well, we led with the reliquary, so never mind there. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Of course, in the newsletter, we got all sorts of other good stuff. Some new stuff coming out. Some of those... Actually, we know that Gix was showing off pipe smoking to us this past week or so, showing off the upcoming emotes. And I don't know if you noticed, there was the one dragon skull pipe in the store over the weekend, but now there is a host of other pipes available.
We knew that. I knew that was coming.
Well, we all knew it was coming.
It is one, yeah. Well, it was in the weekend update, the picture of them. So now on the add-on store, you will have a variety of different types of pipes in-game. I'm probably going to go with the ornate wooden skull pipe.
I'm probably going to have all of them for the collection, depending on my mood.
Yeah.
But
You got tobaccos or what?
oh, Zepp, you're going to love this one. Let me share a link with you here because you're really going to dig this one. This is going to be...
Zepp hasn't even seen the puke emote.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's missed quite a bit.
Drunk emote.
Yep.
Yeah, he's missed all the fun stuff.
Click on that link there, Zepp. You're going to love this one. This is the Led Zepp pipe if I've ever seen one. Classic brass pipe.
You put Buckalolo in there? What kind of tobaccos we got?
We don't have any kind of tobacco.
You'll be
yet.
figuring that out.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Hopefully
what
we'll be able to grow our own, if you know what I mean. Hint, hint, wink,
Now,
wink. Nudge, nudge.
there is... Oops. I messed up the link to it. There is a thread that on the official forum that I want to actually bring up and talk about.
All right.
Sorry.
That started a thread saying that they're selling 1,000 ore for $5 of different brands, or 250,000 in-game gold for $5. And then they go through and essentially say that this is going to be like reserved for something else. and then someone else decides to go ahead and say, hey, isn't this a direct violation of the terms of service? And Barrick actually responded and said that this is not a end user license agreement because it's talking about abuse of the system, essentially. And our marketplace message, so the Shroud of the Avatar form marketplace message states above, we do allow in-game item transactions for real world money, but especially right now, pre-wipe, it has to be an immediate transaction with no delay and must make notification of the last wipe yet to take place, which they have made it mention in the thread.
Yes.
So yes, we will be able to sell things, and that is where Shroud Marketplace actually becomes an easy way to actually list and sell your items.
Absolutely.
So it is one where
Cool.
all of this has been thought of and detailed, and that includes services that you want to provide for others.
Correct. Now,
There's a reason that Shroud Marketplace exists.
one of the things that people think, and it's a misconception, is that things cannot be sold right now. The only things that can be sold right now, or whatever's covered, the main stipulation is they gotta be deliverable now. If you can deliver on it, that's all the real stipulation you need. And of course, if it's something like an ore that we know is going to go, the disclaimer saying this item is going to disappear. If you're going to pay $5 for it now to have it, you understand that that's what you're buying, and it's going to go bye-bye. So, but yes, coming up here in, let me see, I've got it.
60 days.
I had it up on the screen there just a minute. 16 days, 11 hours, 59 minutes, and 50 some odd seconds. We're not going to have to worry about that anymore because just about everything is going to be saleable as it may be.
Permanent.
That is right. Pro Farmer.
Nice.
Pro Farmer.
So
Now that does
means-
take us to, do we want to go straight into the update since we've pretty much got it on the screen?
Sure. I was trying to get there earlier because I had the reliquaries up, and then we jumped to the store, and then
Oh, okay.
the pipes. I mean, how could I not cover the pipes? These things are too cool.
Yes. The pipes are really, really important for some people. Okay, so the Hangout of the Avatar is posted up on YouTube. It is also on the NBNN channel, and it will probably be in the NBNN rotation for a week. Then from there,
That
so
is
if you
incorrect.
missed it, you can always click on. No, it's not in the rotation.
No, we
Said
do
probably.
we do not.
Fight.
We do not rebroadcast.
It's all good.
Yep,
It's up on YouTube.
it's up on YouTube.
That's all that matters.
That is all.
So that is there. Then we've already discussed the Lord British and Darkstar reliquaries,
One moment,
and
please.
we do know that there. Oh, thank you for the 1 moment, please. I love Justin. So thank you. The Lord British Darkstar reliquaries we have discussed several times. It is stuff that they will be making a donation to a blood charity of some sort. I don't know which one that it is going to be, though.
Now, I also want to remind the folks while it's up on screen that you're not just buying the blood reliquaries for that money.
No.
You get a whole ton and slew of digital goods, including up to a castle player-owned town deed.
Yes.
All sorts of special blood emotes, blood this, blood that. It's a bloody
Blood
mess is what it is.
Yeah. Blood Edelman.
But I tell you,
Blood Red Lord British cloak.
it's definitely worth its value. And they believe it, and people are putting money where Portalarium's mouth is. So, I'm gonna laugh at all those people who are thinking these guys are crazy. This is genius as far as I'm concerned. I mean, 20,000 raised over the weekend just by these things alone. Good
That's a lot of stuff you get, huh?
Yeah.
There is a lot of
Lord
stuff.
British. Yeah, Lord British has a Viking theme where Darkstars has the Kobold theme. So it is one where, depending on which one you get, it will have a different theme related to it.
Now, do we want to read some of these news blurbs real quick, or we just want to point out that in the newsletter, you'll see I have up on the screen all these different news outlets had something to say about it. So for people who wonder whether people are paying attention to Shrouded Avatar, you tell me. All these big name bloggers and websites, MMORPG,
GameSpot.
digital trends, right, you know. Everybody had a little something to say about it. So you better believe the world is watching, folks. We've got something here, and people are standing up and taking attention, that's for sure. You gotta love that shit.
Crazy bastards.
I tell you, it doesn't get no crazier than that. Come on, man. Richard's been to the bottom of the ocean to see the Titanic. He's been to outer space to the space station. He's been all over the world. He creates virtual worlds. You know, I don't know. The kid's got the biggest playground I've ever seen. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
He's got his own playground in his backyard at
Castleton.
Castleton. That's right. Yeah. He needs an adult-sized sandbox out there. Is what he really needs.
Well, his wife.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
If he actually did have the huge sandbox.
A huge sandbox. I mean, we got the chess and checker set. We got the big, huge swing. All sorts of other things out there. A huge adult-sized sandbox would be something. You know, maybe get some large green army men out there. Nah, that doesn't fit in with the theme. That's Disney stuff.
Need a bulldozer.
Yeah, I mean, the sad part is, I mean, the people that take offense to it don't understand that this is just a glorified joke, and
absolutely,
if they're
and a
if they
fundraising
take the
mechanism.
religious bent to it, we can have all kinds of fun with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if we need to do things like this to raise funds, I'll tell you what, that's not a bad idea.
People have taken offense to it.
Oh man, you got to see.
You want to see why? Why?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you read some of those threads, you will see people going absolutely crazy about it.
I think it's gross, but it doesn't bother me any.
Yeah.
You know, people literally think that they've gone batshit crazy. I mean, there's been some comments out there, and I'm telling you, some people have taken major offense to it. And I got to say, I look at it the other way. I got to say, this is probably one of the most genius moves I've ever seen. Again, this has never been done this way. You know, crowdfunding is a whole new world for video games. And any source of income that you can get your hands on to fund what it is you dream and you want to build, by all means. We are, of course, the biggest promoters of shameless self-promotion out there, and of course we've got some really good role models, to take from. But yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
I don't know what you're talking about. But things like this, look at the attention it's gotten. You know, as the old saying goes, you know, even bad press is still press. You know, and apparently he's getting a lot of press, and that's a good thing. When people are talking about you.
Well, I mean, this is where like some of the reviews and some of the other things detract from the game, and so some of those comments aren't about the game development. It's not about what's going on in the game world, and so that's where it becomes kind of bad press. But at the same time, since Portalarium does not have a PR budget, we are essentially the PR budget, and we don't get anything. Yeah, and it's one where also we have to remember that most video games have a 3 to 5 year development cycle, and we've been watching
a $20 to $200 million budget. That's right,
yeah.
20
and
to
so
200
it's one
million.
Where it's like, yeah. It's one where it's like, yes, we've been having early access to things, which, yes, they have changed things, they have broken things, they have had some ridiculous design choices, and it's one where it's like, at the same time, it's early access. It is before the game is actually launched. They have changed substantially. It's like, look at the run with 2 mouse buttons. They break it, then they turn around and fix it. But if I just base
again,
one thing and judge it, yeah, then they break it again and then they fix it again. But it's one where it's like, yes, this is still early development. It is still not live, even though Final Wipe is at the end of the month. Final Wipe, they still have a ton of story. Right. They still have a ton of story to work on. They have to get the quest mechanics in there. They need to build an absolute ton of things. And that's one where during that post-mortem where they talked about putting up like under construction signs on different scenes.
Love the
actually
idea.
Becomes kind of entertaining. Yeah, I like that idea because it tells you what is actually a clone scene and what is an original scene.
Breaking my immersion, man, I tell you.
Yeah, we've already heard the complaints on that as well. And some people are like, well, that's not realistic. And they're like, well, we're in development and we're giving you warnings that this is under development. So that you don't complain that when you get in there, it's broken. That's the whole point. And I thought it was a great idea. But, we're going to have the people who are the naysayers and the people who are wholeheartedly agreeing with things that get done. And we go back and forth depending on the topic. You and I have varying degrees of differences of opinion on several different topics of the game. And I think that's what makes our brand of news a little bit unique. We don't always agree with each other, and we don't always agree with the guys down at the offices, but we still love and firmly believe and are behind the project as a whole, by all means.
I would actually like it if the construction signs were more immersion breaking, like yellow and black stripes.
Well,
just to let you know.
Should they read Bob's Barricades on them at the same time?
That'd be cool.
Acme Barricades.
Something cartoony.
I've seen both in the real world. Those are two of the most popular ones you'll find on the world's highways out there, as it may be. But,
Bob's Barricades, awesome.
Bob's Barricades, yeah. And Acme Barricades, at least down here. But
moving right along, we do have the remaking of Spite. So Spite earlier was a placeholder scene. So it started as a cloned scene, and then from there it is being retooled by Sorcerer Steve, and he is trying to make it more of a European cliffs or seaside cliff village.
Now I understand that he's gone multi-level with this, which is supposed to be real interesting for the layout in itself. They've done a lot with levels and landscape, so that we're not running around in flat terrain all over the place trying to disguise it as something else.
Yeah, and then if you actually read some of his comments, like underneath the first picture of the Spite, where it's despite its scenic view, Spite is no joke. The docks are frequently used by the undead to make their way to Malice, which tells me that there might be lots of undead invasions in Spite, which would actually be really cool. Would you like to see some undead invasions?
I'm not a big fan of undead. Actually, yes, we're looking forward to town sieges and stuff like that. And so, I think that's a nice little hint as to, if you want town sieges, that's probably someplace you want to be.
And then from there, it's you've got the coffins down at the deck, ready to go across to Malice for their burial, and then player housing situated across multiple levels. But I think he's done a really good job in trying to model this after some European villages and the west coast of the U.S.
I like the appearance of the cornfield.
Children of the Corn.
Well, I had several different things in mind, but that was one. But of course, it's a nod to agriculture as well, that you're going to start seeing agricultural products inside these scenes. I believe that corn will be harvestable. That is just
absolutely.
That is
It
just
should be,
my
yes.
belief. I haven't been out there to confirm this yet, so if anybody has seen that,
Yeah, that is one of the things that we do know, that they are going to increase the the number and variety of crops. So that tells us corn, wheat, a little bit of everything is going to be available. Maybe some rice. That way we can make some drinks.
I was thinking potato vodka.
Yeah.
Okay. Potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then if you paid attention to the weekend update, you'd already have seen all of the different pipes. One of which can be, or a couple of which can be crafted in game, and one of which is actually loot only, I believe.
oh, did they say that in here? I didn't see that.
That would be a clue that I was given.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Three pipes will be craftable in game: clay, wood, and metal. And then the more ornate ones are going to all be found in game.
All these other ones are the
Yes.
store. I can buy all these
Now-
in the store right now.
The one thing that I disagree with is the price of the pipes. Since it really is just a vanity item, I would have liked to see it around the $2 range to $5, $2 to $5, not $10.
Well, some
Just
of them are
because
$5.
vanity items.
If you noticed, I believe I have that tab up still.
Yeah, the ornate metal pipe and the ornate wood are both $5, but you know what? It's like, okay, make those $2 and then the other one's $5 to me. It doesn't really need to be that expensive because it provides no real in-game benefit. And I think you would end up selling a lot more of them at $2 and $5 rather than 10 and 5.
Nah,
Immersion pipes.
I would think that would be the case, but this crowd never ceases to amaze me either. So it amazes me sometimes what
I have
people.
to agree with Jackalus.
I think Casey would agree with that too. I see Casey's here, and I haven't heard him chime in yet. Is
Well,
Ca-
he's
Casey
done
still
some
on?
laughing for Led Zepp.
Is he still on his period?
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm doing my
Mondays.
Led Zepp laughs for you.
Yeah,
Like you said, retool. Tool.
Oh, okay. Make
Yeah.
sure you're paying. Now, Frost Shocks has been commenting out there, and I wanted to say hello to him. He was commenting about the blood earlier, and he's just out there hanging out with us. He agrees that there's no problem with the reliquaries. But again, opinions are like, yeah,
assholes. Everyone's got one.
that's right.
That's right. That's why we have this show.
Oh my.
And remember,
my.
if you want to participate in our show, you can always join us in Discord. Just go to nbnn.info and click on the connect button. And then from there, just type in the name that you want us to call you or the name that you go by, and then join us in the voice channel
Nice
and
jump
say
start.
hi. He did something you can't do?
He jumped all the way from the chair at the piano all the way over to the signpost. That was a hell of a freaking jump. I have a
He
hard
jumped down the space bar.
We have a jumper.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's like that's a game mechanic that needs to be explained a lot more as well. It's like just jumping in game. In order to do a longer jump, you have to hold down the space bar.
Yep. Where's that confounded bridge?
Now, that was one of those questions, and they actually did answer that question about short people and tall people.
What?
And yeah, somebody wanted to know this,
Really?
if my
Really?
character is shorter than another character, do they
That's
jump
awful.
any more or less? You know, does the height make a difference, basically, was the question. And the answer, of course, was no. But,
What if I have really?
but I'm
really
still
big
looking at
feet?
that jump, man. That was a long freaking jump.
Do it again, Shroud. I missed it.
I don't know. Can he do it again?
Let's see.
I mean, I tell you what, I've got this here because I can't get up there, so I jump on the seat. But yeah, that's a hell of a jump. Nice.
Wow, there was a little floating involved too.
Little Michael Jordan. You got your Jordans on there?
His arms. Do you flap his arms? We have a jumper.
And I don't know if you saw it or not, but Scotty is actually working on 3 more pipes.
No, I did not
based
see
off
that.
How big
he's
are balls?
3 more pipes work based off of truth, love, and courage.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
those won't
indeed.
be
So that's at the very bottom.
I'm
of that.
I'm waiting for our premium juggle emotes. I want the swords.
Yes.
You know, I want the knives. I want the skulls. I want all that good stuff. Those are going to be fun because right now all we have is balls. We just get to juggle Casey's balls.
Did we get balls?
Oh yeah, you haven't tried it?
Yeah,
Go ahead and try to juggle emote. Yeah. We actually had skulls for a day or two, but Gix informed us they're going to be a premium emote. You're going to be able to juggle skulls. You're going to be able to juggle knives. You're going to be able to juggle bottles. All sorts of stuff. Yes, we have to make the movement for kitten juggling. They said if we get enough support behind it, they would consider it. So for all those and chickens,
and
so
Guardian-
chickens.
Yes.
So
What else can we
Spiff
do?
wants the chickens.
Yeah,
Chickens
we
and
have to make a
kittens.
push for chicken and kitten juggling while
We're
we're
a
at it.
chicken plucker.
Well, yes, I don't know about you. If I were you, I would just stick to the sheep.
Sheep plucker.
You know, go talk to that scorpion over there. See if he comes across for
Nasty
you.
sting on him. He's blowing down. I don't want to get near him.
Is that redefines the term "ooh, make it hurt"? Yeah.
Now, Laz,
Yes.
did you participate in the soda dating game this weekend?
You know, I did not participate. I was originally asked to be a participant in the game, but I didn't know if I could make it, and I actually got out there. But of course, I knew the reason why I couldn't be a participant is because I eat during that time of the day right here in the house, so that is our dinner time, and I could not be there. But I did get out to the dating game, and Amber Rain was the first contestant. She was the girl who got to pick from the 3 guys, and then
The 3 bachelors.
three
yes.
bachelors: Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, and Bachelor number 3. And then Juco was the male contestant to pick from the 3 bachelorettes. And from what I understand and from what I did see, I came back at the end just as Juco was getting the reveal of the 2 girls he did not pick for his date. And then, of course, he got to meet the girl, bachelorette number 2, who was his date. And I only remember it was bachelorette number 2. I forget who it was. But they are going to now go on their dates, and there will be updates, just like from the real game, of their dates in the forums. Both contestants from each segment, the guy and girl from both parts, will both tell everybody about their dating experience. So we're gonna look forward to seeing that. Our very own DJ Justin was our hostess for the new dating game here in Shroud of the Avatar, and she was enthused. She said it went well. Quite a bit of work went into it, and she wanted to thank everybody for all their efforts. We had a few last-minute cancellations. I understand one member of our development team was actually supposed to be one of the contestants and didn't show up, so they had to do a little scrambling last minute. But
that's always the case.
But as it goes here,
tend to interfere.
Last minute craziness. They pulled it off, and it was a really great event. They had a nice little crowd out there, And we look forward to seeing it
contestant
happen
2 was
again.
Mayday.
If it catches on, we'll make it an event, or we'll give them the means to record it, and we'll be able to rebroadcast the games here on NBNN as well. We're keeping an eye out for all this great stuff, by the way, folks. You got an event, you got an idea, you got a game. Of course, make sure we know about it. Make sure everybody knows about it by posting in the forums, getting it on the
Make
calendars.
sure that it ends up, yes, absolutely. Get it on the calendar. Make sure that you've got a zone point, you've got some sort of access to the
event itself, absolutely.
The event itself, yes.
There was good access to this event, very easy to find where it was. And the set layout was absolutely wonderful. Our decorating crews, again, once went above and beyond. I mean, they amazed me. And, I actually got a couple screenshots. Let me see if I can get that up on screen real quick while we're talking about that.
Let me see.
Okay. And that event was actually organized
There we
by
go.
Seamus McGinnis and Eclipse Maiden. So
I'll go
and
ahead
they're the ones
and,
that put it on. So thanks
show you
thanks
all
to both of them.
a copy here.
Shouldn't you post those in Discord?
I'm doing it.
That's
It's
right.
coming.
So that way I know.
And then
Slowpoke.
Calm down.
I'm gonna throw this up on screen for the good folks out there.
Cool. Damn it, I want to get in on that.
And there is a picture from the dating game. You'll see the name right down the front. That's the final 2 contestants. Can you read those names in there? That was Juco and his date. Now you'll see on
Who's that?
the left-hand side. I can't read the name on the screen right now from where I'm at, but you'll notice on the left side was the one area where the bachelor or the first contestant was sitting, and then the other side, the bachelors or bachelorettes were in their little cubby holes. They really did a wonderful job of separating the two so that they couldn't see each other, and there were no hints as to who they were talking about. And what happened was the contestants, I guess the contestant would ask a question, and then the bachelors or bachelorettes would whisper their answers to Justin, so that Justin would then give their answers, so that it wasn't seen in the chat to give away who it was. But that was the dating game for you folks out there. And again, there was quite a few people out there. It was quite
You
the
had
event.
people asking for the pics, and they only wanted the NC-17 version of the pics.
Oh, well. Sorry. You'll have to ask the people on the dates to give you those, because we only have the broadcast version.
Yeah, the first set was Amber and Brickbat.
That's right. That's right.
So Amber chose Brickbat.
What? That's
Now, Amber did say to me later on that she secretly wished that I was behind one of those doors, but
It's okay. She is your mistress of chaos.
that is right. Amber Rain has got a standing date with Lazarus anytime she so wishes.
Ooh. Hey, you can get one in Hollywood anytime. I was offered a date in Hollywood. I'm just saying.
And she was going to sit on your lap and play doctor, right?
I think it was nurse.
Nurse.
Nurse, yeah. Like a date? What are you talking about? I'm like, I guess.
She has to be paid for her job.
Like,
That's right.
I think she should have paid me, man. She seemed, like, what the hell? Is it like $5?
But moving right along. Back to the topic on hand. Following, of course, the pipes on the update, we get the time is running out. Of course, we touched on that real quick. 15% summer bonus and countdown to the summer 2016 expiration event part 1. And you know what that means? That means that there will be a part 2.
Yeah, part 2 is going to be on August 22nd.
That is correct. And of course,
and that is when you will no longer be able to buy any pledges, and the only way that like new players will actually be able to get like pot only housing that with the tax-free deeds will be with the new packs that they're going to be selling. So
which are not pledges, but they're pledges.
Not pledges,
but they're not pledges.
Yes, but
they're pledges.
They're not pledges, but they're pledges.
Not
the first one
but
that's
not
in
really
the store.
launch, yeah.
Yeah, the pledges that are not pledges
After
in the add-on
moderate
store
release.
are the first one was the Viking bundle.
That is
Those
correct.
are the pledges that are not pledges.
After not launch.
And of course, Sword of Midras
pledge
is out
in
for
my
those
pledge.
of you folks who haven't gotten your copies yet. I have in my hand a full copy of the Tracy Hickman, Richard Garriott novel, The Sword of Midras, and it is available in hardcover. It is available in Kindle, and it's also available in an audiobook. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. It is read by some guy that I don't remember his name.
But yeah, I have not sat down to the read, but I do have my copy. Again, this is not the copy that you will be getting with pledge
not really.
rewards. You'll be getting a different version of this book.
No, you will be getting Blade of the Avatar, which has 4 less chapters.
That's right.
And but if you do pay attention, you do actually see that some of the developers do end up making appearances in the story. I can mention a few of their names. Chaox, it has a part to play in the story.
Nice.
As well as Tassilo and his
cool.
brother Toshlog,
Tashlog,
who is
man.
Rustic
That's right.
Toshlog, which is
Very
Rustic
nice.
Dragon, who was the former community manager and so former guy, this guy that puts on the Hearth of Britannia.
Yeah.
So very important guy.
Speaking of which, we should probably give Tracy a ring and see if he'll come back on and sit down and talk about the book now that it's been released.
Yes.
Get some more insight as to those 4 chapters. Again, when we had him on originally, you were in Hawaii. I don't know what's with you freaking guys in Hawaii. Yeah, you miss all this great shit.
It's a great place to go. I'm getting white and pasty now,
That's
so
right.
I need to go back. Get my vitamin D treatment for the year.
Of course, we covered the dating game. It was a little bit
Tax acceptable.
out of order. Did anybody make it out to the Owl Sky Arena PvP tournament? I know we were invited, but I could not make it. And
For a little bit.
Did you get out to it?
Yeah, it was cool.
And do we know who won, what the outcomes were, any of that good stuff?
I don't know anything.
I know nothing.
People were blown. People were blown.
People
off
were blown
the map.
all over
People
the
were
place.
blowing each other.
What?
Yes.
What?
People were blowing each other.
Of course, we got the Orders Auction Hall community event up here. Monthly auction held by the Order of Vengeance every 3rd Saturday of the month. Be checked out there for those of you folks who want to play with the auctions. And then, of course, our community resources. This is something new. Barrick is streamlining the forums. He's streamlining the newsletters, the web pages. So instead of having a whole heaping list of resources, he picks us through the community. Actually, I believe he's got it randomized, he said. But they will randomly
picks a few
choose
resources.
the community resource
Yes.
of the week here. And if you want to see the community resources, you can go to the top of the Shroud Avatar homepage, go under community and click on resources. And he's moved all your community resources, everything from sodahelp.org, Avatar Circle, Soda Wiki, AR, Soda Map, NBNN, you name it, it's out there. Crafting resources, role-playing resources, news
Pretty
resources.
soon, we'll also end up with Lace's walkthrough videos.
Yes,
she has created a bunch of walkthrough videos.
She's doing a bang-up job. She's been knocking them out at a rate unsurpassed by others. I mean, she's just, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think she's got 4 of them out now, last I counted.
Yes.
Where are they?
And Wambi is also working on some videos. I want to give him a shout out there. Aside from doing his other pieces out there, he's doing house walkthroughs so that we have updated house walkthroughs reminiscent of the Mad Hermit for updated housing information for those folks out there. He's getting ready to do the Adobe housing, I believe. And Justin's out there getting a group of decorators together to get those houses decorated so he can get those videos out to you folks as well. But that's a bunch of the news that we've got for you. Now, of course, we are slowly closing in. I don't know. Is that even available? I was going to
probably not.
I was going to
Probably
say
not.
no. That's
For $1 million, they'll sell it.
yeah, no. That's a Las Vegas site. I had to look at it. You know that.
You had to click those links.
I had to see if it was going to be enlightening or not. It wasn't as enlightening as I thought it might be.
Okay. You had to see if it was one of those sites where the pants fall down quickly.
I wanted to find out if it was anything like government.com or whitehouse.com.
Whitehouse.com.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It is calendar time.
That's right, as we are getting to that point in the show, folks. And of course, as much as we hate it, we try to keep the show promptly to 1 hour segments so it fits in on our radio's format and 1 hour time slot there in WRFB.rocks and RadioFreeBritannia.com. Of course, you can catch us in replays throughout the day at 3, 6, 9, and 12 around the clock. That is when DJ Justin isn't preempting our show for some unmedicated schizophrenia out there for all you folks. Also want to mention WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, has a fully functional request system that's just come back online. It's a fully searchable system that allows you to look by search string, and instead of having to browse through the whole library trying to find what you want, you could just type in your artist or song name. Of course, follow the instructions. If you're doing a long name search, use the quotes. Otherwise, keep it short.
Just make sure that you submit a ton of requests for Raining Blood.
Yes, well, the
More blood.
of course, the radio station does have rules in effect to keep things from playing over and over like that, to keep the trolls out. So, but the request system is open.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
So
well,
my
troll,
10
Jack.
requests I just put in
Oh.
aren't going to go through?
oh no, that'll go through. But if like 15 people try and play the same song, it'll go. Just played that song. Can't play it for a couple more hours. And of course, every user has a limited amount of requests per day. I believe I've got it set. You can actually do up to 4 in an hour, but only 24 in a day. So spread them out if you're a long day listener. And of course, if you've got any requests throughout the day and you don't see it in there, you just need somebody you want to chat with, you can always hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up in game, hit me up in chat, and say, hey, Laz, you got any of this? Can you throw it on the radio? And I can usually do that for you as well.
I'm trying to go with the blood theme, so I'm trying to find lots of songs about blood.
Just do a search for blood. But like I said, you're going to only get 4 requests in the hour, so.
I know.
But meanwhile,
Why are you limiting me like that?
How many accounts do you make?
Moving right along. We do have our community calendar. Our community calendar is provided by our friends over at Avatar Circle. Avatar Circle is administered by Kaizen Phoenix Fire in game, or you could call him Wrath Phoenix on the forums or in Discord. So today is Monday, July 11th. It is a rather short calendar, but today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12 on Radio Free Britannia, we do have those very
Wacky
special guys,
insane
Laz and
guys.
Jack.
The dynamic
Yeah,
duo.
Who dat?
Yeah.
Who dat?
Who are they?
They're weird.
I don't know.
Strange fellows, bedfellows.
For some reason, I'm told I have to say Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Okay. So for some reason,
Apparently, it's a viral joke going around the internet now.
Just watch your stuff. That's all.
okay. Don't forget, on Avatars Radio between 4 and 6 tonight, we have the original Eclipse Maiden with unmedicated chaos, unmedicated schizophrenia.
Part 1.
So that is the original,
Right.
unmedicated schizophrenia. Yes. And then at 8 o'clock to 10, we have Professor DJ Kiley on Avatars Radio, and the final event of the week is the Order of Vengeance Guild meeting. Remember, they invite everybody to come out and slay them all. You just have to find their guild. You have to find their guild hall.
That's right.
PvP-ness.
That's right.
All the proper
PvP.
PvP-ness you can have.
So don't forget, Vengeance. It is on the East Coast in the desert.
That's right.
Yep.
And of course, we gotta say thank you to our sponsors out there. These guys help make it all happen. And of course, people like you help make it happen as well. Our latest sponsor, SodaCrafting.wiki, the first searchable crafting database in Shroud of the Avatar. Of course, our good friend Ben over at RelicsByReal.com. Go to RelicsByReal.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. We've got everything from t-shirts to hats, patches, mugs, pint glasses, shot glasses, comic books, coinage, you name it, he's got it. Go check him out. Use the promo code NBNN. Get 10% off all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag out at RelicsByReal.com. Our friend Jacob White over at SodaMap.com. SodaMap is truth, so says Lord British himself. And of course, our good friends over at SodaTaming.com, SodaCraft.com. Those guys done a lot of hard work getting all your crafting and taming needs in, especially for kitten wrangling. If you want to do kitten juggling, you're going to have to do some kitten wrangling. So make sure you go check those guys out.
You have to remember, cats have 9 lives, so kitten strangling isn't.
We'll have to cover that story tomorrow. That was something else that we were talking about. It was funny as shit. And of course, last but not least, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace. And of course, Jack is here to tell you all about the marketplace.
Yeah, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. That includes rentals. If you'll notice, there are some people that have put rentals up, as well as other in-game rares, in-game items. You will be able to put them up for sale on Shroud Marketplace, and it becomes a lot easily searchable and a lot more friendly than the official forums. Don't forget, you can also host your services, kind of like Scrota's music service thing, where $1 gets you
everything you want.
Anything
Everything
you want.
$5 a long time.
Yes. So, or if you're planning an in-game wedding,
No
you can
happy
always
ending,
go
I'm
to Antiques Weddings and more, and you can
Taxes
have
were at.
Laz. You can
Taxes
have
were at.
Laz.
For what?
You know I'm trying to talk
you
to you,
can have
right?
Laz.
Oops.
You can just have
You can have Laz. You can have Laz. So that's all that matters. That's all we're going to get through today. You can have Laz.
How much?
So,
Sounds better than my service.
that's right.
Hey, you know.
So Laz does have the custom.
You know, at the wedding, you get a happy ending, right? At least supposedly.
Watch it, Casey. Watch it. I saw that.
Yeah.
Sick.
So, Antiques, Weddings, and More by Laz. So please look. If you're interested in that in-game wedding, go ahead and contact Laz for that. And remember, if you want to become a vendor yourself on ShroudMarketplace.com, you just have to click on vendor registration and then start adding your items. It's relatively easy and a relatively painless process.
That's right. And with that, we got to go ahead and wrap it up. We got to thank everybody for joining us out there today. We got to thank all of our listeners out there. We got to thank all of our viewers. And, of course, all you folks for joining us here in-game and in the studio. Jack, you want to take us out? We're low on time here, so let's wrap it up.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you to Hoops, Maynard, Akush Lady, Carrie Death, Froshox, Casey, Maynard, too. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you for joining us in Discord. To Guardian Spiff, Siderius, Led Zepp.
Siderius, Pokemon.
That's right. His Pokemon is
Breaking my immersion.
I know, he's finding him all over the place. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for participating. Don't forget that you can join us in Discord. Just go to nbnn.info, click on the Discord button, and join us in channel. We do hang out here most of the time. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day, and we are out of here.
That's right. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
Casey Cupcakes.
It's Scroda.
And, of
Led
course,
Zepp.
welcome back, Led Zepp.
Welcome back.
Good
Led
having
Zepp.
you back.
No.
We are
Thank you, thank you,
NBNN.
thank you.
Stay tuned to NBNN for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, and all the latest updates that we can bring you. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Led Zepp.
I choose you.
We need a little head. Where's little head? We need little head.
Get my